Hello there and welcome back to another video from AK Prestige. My name is Costa and joining me today is this stunning early 2020 BMW 730 LD. Now if you're not too sure what the LD is short for, that's long diesel. Now of course it's a diesel engine and it is a long wheelbase. You can see from the door on the rear just how long it is. It's almost a limousine sized vehicle. Now currently this is the only 2020 model which is a long diesel on Auto Trader. They are super rare, super desirable, and something which is bound to hold or retain most of its value for the next few years. Now this vehicle new is over £80,000 and it is well within its golden age period. Couple other things to mention just before we start walking around and actually talking about the specifics of this vehicle is that if you notice on the Auto Trader ad, it says 2020 and then in brackets 2022. That is auto-generated, and the reason that's come up is because on the logbook, although it was manufactured in 2020, it was first registered in 2022 on its V5. The reason for this is that this was owned by a diplomat. It was a diplomatic vehicle, means it was owned by and driven via a chauffeur for an ambassador to the UK. Now for GDPR reasons, we can't say which ambassador it was to which country. However, because it was a diplomatic vehicle, you can be sure that this car was well taken care of, driven sensibly, and driven in safe areas, parked away, tucked away at night, underground, and really, you'll be able to tell from this video and from all the photos that it is in what we call a grade A1 condition. The only thing that needed being done on this vehicle when we brought it in were the alloys, and we've had these alloys professionally refurbished to a BMW standard. Now, a few other things to talk about just before we get inside. We've already mentioned the size of these huge doors. Another thing to note is because this is the new shape BMW, you do get this large light beam going along the rear, which does look really cool. You've also got your BMW 730 LD branding, letting people know that it is the long wheelbase version. And finally, before we get inside, you get, well actually 2 points. Number one is the 360 cameras. You get one at the rear, one on each of the side one on each of the side mirrors, and one on the front grille. And the final point is this lovely sunroof. Now this is a retractable sunroof, and it does lift up slightly as well if you just want to get a little bit of wind coming in. Join me inside to see how comfortable this car is from the front and from the rear. Here we are in the driver's seat position of the vehicle. There is so much to talk about. Everything from cool electronic functions to the plush leather seats that you sit in. There really is a lot of things. So let's start off with the seats. Firstly, they are multi-weight adjustable with memory functions as well. You get 2 memory functions on these seats. As well as that, you've got the diamond stitching on the rear with the grey piping, which looks really nice, sporty, plush. Even the headrests are super, super comfortable. A really lovely place to be, even from the driver's standpoint. Although this is, you know, a luxury chauffeuring vehicle, it's nice as a driver as well. You feel like you're being chauffeured even when you're the person being driven, or even when you're the one doing the driving. A couple other points to mention is that you do have this lovely wooden trim going along the dashboard. Looks really, really nice. To complement the wooden trim, you've got the upgraded Harman Kardon surround sound system. It is fantastic. It sounds super crisp. I wish you could hear it, but of course it wouldn't pick up through the microphone. But it's a really, really nice place to be here in the cabin. A couple other points to mention is you've got your full digital dash. Up above us, as mentioned earlier, you've got your panoramic roof. There are tons of features and functions which make this which make this driving position a really nice place to be. And one issue that you often get in a large car is that when you're inside, you feel like you're in a large car, and sometimes it can be quite intimidating, especially when driving. The great thing with this vehicle is that although you are in a big space, and if you are quite a larger person, it's quite handy to have a big car. I do feel slightly cocooned in. It is relatively driver focused, but we'll get on more onto that in a bit. A couple other points to mention is if I put the vehicle in reverse with my foot on the brake, you'll see the full 360 cameras. Now we can change the viewpoint here to see different parts of the vehicle, and it will move around with the augmented reality, which I find quite cool. I think it allows you to be, allows you to see much better, making sure you never get an accident with this car. A couple other points to mention is you have your wireless charging. You've got 4-zone climate control. Now it's currently 38 degrees right now in London. It's super warm. That's why we've got the aircon on. But the vehicle cooled down very quickly. Although it is black on black, it does cool down quickly because you've got the top technology that BMW has to offer in this car, because this is the top of the range. That wraps us up in the front. Meet me over in the rear so we can see what else there is to offer. Here we are in the rear of the 7 Series, and like I said, it really does feel as if you are in a limousine. It's so comfortable. You know, the seats are lovely. This is actually a 2+1 configuration. However, the armrest does come down, and it's huge, and it does make it super comfortable for the rear passengers. A few functions to mention while we're in the rear, just for the added comfort benefit. Of course, the Harman Kardon surround sound system continues into the rear. If it's a sunny day like it is today and you just want some protection away from the glare, you do have your curtains, which also pop out in the rear as well. That's a really nice function, you know, it gets you away. It also adds you a little bit more privacy as well. As you can see there, a really, really nice place to be. Covers every inch of the window. Couple other points to mention as well, just while we're here, is the vanity mirror in the rear. It's a simple thing, but again, if you're getting ready to go somewhere, there really isn't any place to peep better than here. You know, you've got a ton of space. If you're, you know, doing your makeup or getting ready, whatever it is, this is, you know, you can't really get any better than this. I mentioned earlier while we're in the front, this car does have 4-zone climate control. And if we take a look down here at the rear center console, you can change each left and right side. You've also got your heated seat function. And you can really control, you know, your temperature regulation back here. And the most important point, which I didn't mention, is the legroom. Because it's so long in here, I mean, just for reference, I'm about 6 foot tall, the cameraman here is about 6'3", and you can just see there how much legroom there is. There's probably another foot of legroom. Now you can just fully stretch out as if you're in first class back here. It's just, I keep saying it, but it's a really, really pristine and lovely place to be. A couple other points to mention as well is you've got these nice sort of garbage and cigarette area. For you to put away anything there and tuck it away. You can also fit bottles down below. If you're a slightly larger person, you're looking to get in and out of the car, it's a really large door, so you've got a ton of spaces. You don't have to climb out, you get out very easily. Now, while we're back here, I just wanted to talk about us as AK Prestige and the types of vehicles that we sell. Now, if you're taking a look at our online forecourt, you'll see that we sell premium luxury used vehicles. Now, because we sell used vehicles, there is generally a huge discount compared to new. However, because they are used, you can often expect just a tiniest little mark, like an odd hairline scratch or something small. Now, we specifically won't spray something if it's very small, and the reason we do this is that we like to sell honest cars, and this is one of those examples. If you come down to see this car, I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Let's finish over back at the front to wrap up the video. Just before we wrap up the video, let's show you the boot area. Now, of course, if you'll be driving this kind of car, chances are you're going to have a lot of luggage. You know, you need that space in the rear. And luckily, this car does have a ton of space in the rear, as you'd expect for something of this size. Also, another thing you'd expect for a vehicle in this price range is an electronically closing and locking boot. Follow me over to the front. Now, it's safe to say that this is a very reasonably priced vehicle, especially considering they are over £80,000 new. The small options and extras that this car has really does perfect it. Small things like the metallic paintwork, the panoramic roof, the Harman Kardon surround sound system, the upgraded leather seats, the 4-zone climate control. All of these things really do make a difference to your driving experience and make it as seamless as possible. Now, if this car you believe may be right for you, feel free to give us a call for an unpressured talk to discuss with the professionals about whether this car may be the right one for you. We do offer finance from 6%. Look forward to speaking with you soon, and this car is VAT qualifying, so if you're looking to put it through your business or export it, we are happy to facilitate in any way that we can. Look forward to speaking with you soon. Once again, my name was Costa from AK Prestige. Take care.